Hey everyone, Anthony Ruffalo, Certified Financial Planner here. We all know that there are so many different risks in retirement. So if you're living off a retirement income, there's longevity risk, there is market risk, the volatility of the market up and down, and potential losses. There is your healthcare risk. If you have a major health event and you can't take care of yourself, and then you need assisted living or a nursing home or something like that can be a huge drain on a portfolio, if not in some cases completely deplete a portfolio, depending on how much money you have set aside. But and there are lots of other risks, but the one risk that I never hear financial advisors talking about is the one that I see. It's been a major problem, and that is adult children that just can't get their act together. Yeah, I'll say that again. One of the biggest impacts, one of the biggest problems I see is adult children in their 30s and 40s that just can't get it together, and they just mooch off their parents. Most of these people make it to retirement just fine. They've saved, they put money away, they live frugally, they live within their means. They say, hey, listen, Anthony, I understand I can only spend X amount of dollars on an annual basis. Got it. I can do that. Fantastic. Then I get the phone call. I need $10,000 for this. I need $15,000. I need $25,000 for this. Well, it's not for me. It's for blah, blah, blah. They need this. Oh, they need that. And I can't. Sometimes it's sad to see, and nobody talks about it because it's tough. It's really I know it's an emotional thing. I know it's challenging. And if that is the case, if we know that we're dealing with that now, how do we address that long term? So if you have an adult child and you find they're really having a hard time getting it together, it's probably that's how it's going to be. They're just not going to miraculously turn a corner. Okay, let's just be real. So what's the solution? Well, there is no solution to the overspending until you just say no. I mean, you just cut them off, which usually doesn't happen. But what I would say would be most important is to do some estate planning and possibly consider using a trust. A trust is really for those who you don't trust, who can't be trusted to manage money on their own. There are certain trusts that you can put into place, and at death, assets and money flow into those trusts, and then you can place controls on that trust on how that money is dispersed out. And you're not doing it to be mean. You're not doing it to be a jerk or because you want control. You're doing it to protect your adult child who hasn't gotten it together, probably won't get it together, and probably will never get it together. You're doing it to protect them from themselves and give them at least some sustainable income that lasts over several years. Other than that, what I've seen is that the assets, somebody passes away, the adult child inherits the assets in 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. They run through it all, and then it's all gone. So I would urge you, consider that. Consider doing some trust planning if you know, and I say this not to be mean, there's just no easy way to say it, but if you know you have an adult child that's a mooch, let's talk some trust planning.